It's Alicia from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my Easter basket class to go live. Hi Peggy, how are you? If you're here, let me know and we can get started. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, we're good to go. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, sorry. Okay, there we go. Yay. All right. So how's everybody today? Today is Thursday, February 26th, 2026. 2/26/26. Oh, I didn't even notice that today. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so hi Lori, how are you? Oh, hi Peggy, I'm glad you're fine. Yeah. So yeah, I lost my whole train of thought. All right, today is my Easter class to go. And today I will be sharing 4 cards with you using the Easter basket bundle. I am using all of the items from the Easter Joy Suite today. I'm going to flip down to my table here so you can see what I have. And if you have your catalog, the suite starts on page 34 and goes to page 37. There is so many cute things in here. And yeah, so I will be using the Easter basket bundle. I am going to be using the Easter Joy DSP as well as the specialty, the Pleasant Patterns specialty paper, the blue gingham ribbon, and the Easter assortment embellishments. These Easter assortment, they're so cool. You're gonna love these. So that's, like I said, go to page 35 and you'll see all the cute stuff that goes with this super fun Easter bundle. This is the stamp set that we'll be using. I don't know, oops, up this way, here we go. And then these are the dies. I love the basket die. This die right here cuts the strips that you can weave in and out of the basket and has grass. It has this little extra scallop that you can use. Also, it has daffodils that you can die cut. The other ones are silhouette. These are the ones that cut what you stamp. The bow, the basket, the grass, this, and the daffodils, that is just will die cut out of the cardstock. These are the 4 cards we're going to make today. It's hard for me to say what is my favorite one because whenever I make a card, I'm like, yeah, this one is my favorite. I love this card. And then I go to make this one. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I really like this one. This one might be my favorite with the lemon lolly. So cute. Then we have this one with Happy Easter. This is that other paper that I was talking about, that pattern, Pleasant Patterns that's in the suite. Yeah, and then this is the last one, and this one we use the daffodils, and we use 2 bunnies peeking out. We're also using 2 dies from the Beautifully Celebrated dies, and these will be in your card kits cut out for you, the dies. And so when you place an order in my online store through Sunday, you will receive these 4 card kits to go. These will be the kits, just like this, and they'll be just like this. They'll be in the envelopes, and everything that you'll need will be there for you. Hi Kim, how are you? Yes, Lori, I totally agree. These springy colors, I'm all over it. Oh my gosh. Just the bright, cheerful, everything. Yes. So when you spend $50 or more in my online store from now through Sunday, which is that March 1st? I think it might be March 1st. Huh. You will receive these for free as a thank you gift from me. So let's get rolling here. And we'll start with this one. Now this card right here, this reminds me of my Easter basket when I was a little kid. It was like a wicker basket, had the handle, and then it had through it the wicker weaved through it, but it was a color, like 3 colors or 2 colors. So, and then I always had a chocolate Easter bunny in my basket. And then when we were little, we used to look for the eggs that we colored, like the night before or whenever we colored eggs. And dyeing Easter eggs, coloring eggs is like seriously one of my most favorite things. I still love doing it. So yeah, we have some little eggs in there. I remember when we were really little, my mom and dad used to hide them. So yeah, so fun. Okay, so in your card kit, you will receive, okay, I do have my parts and pieces die cut already, but I'll show you what will be in your card. Yes, okay, Kim, it is March 1st. February definitely flew by. I mean, it feels like it was 100 years long, but yet I'm like, holy cow, it's the end of February. Okay. Peggy, I remember that. I got one too, but then again, we still get baskets. Yeah, exactly. Okay, you'll have a crumb cake card base that will be cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of, I wrote a lot of pieces here. You'll receive a piece of Pretty in Pink. This makes me so sad because this color is retiring. So if you love these colors before the new colors come in, take advantage. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card, a piece of Strawberry Slush for the other mat, and you'll receive another piece of basic white that will be cut and embossed for you. I don't know if you could see, with the all-in-one embossing folder. It's like all 4 squares are all in one embossing folder. And then you're going to get a larger piece of this DSP. It does not go on the card. However, with the Easter egg die, that does not cut out all of these, but it will cut out the eggs that are uniform and they have that gold foil in them. So like this orange one will cut out, the yellow one will cut out, this, yeah, you'll know when you see this paper. So I am including a larger sheet for you so that you have the chance to cut your Easter eggs for this card. You'll receive, this is the other side of the same DSP. It's a weave pattern. It looks like the basket. So cool. I just love this. And then this will be to die cut your basket. So see, I have, and then you'll receive these pieces right here. Strawberry Slush to die cut your bow, Balmy Blue, Lemon Lolly, and Pretty in Pink to die cut your little strips to weave through your basket. A piece of Shy Shamrock. This is another color, you guys, to take advantage of, to cut your grass. Okay, so let's get started. What we're going to do first is we are going to fold and burnish our card base. My babysitter used to bring me to the blessing of the basket at her church. I loved it. Oh yeah, yeah, I bet you that was really cool. Yeah, that's neat. Okay, so we're gonna fold and burnish our card base, which is crumb cake. Then we're gonna take our 3 mats. And what we're gonna do is, I always start from the top and go down, and I'm just gonna take some seal. But, you know, be gentle because this has already been embossed and you don't want to rip your paper. because as I've said before, that once you run your paper through your cut and emboss machine, it changes the fibers of the paper. So we're just going to place this on our strawberry slush card mat, and we're just going to leave even margins all the way around. And this is 1/8 of an inch, not 1/4 an inch. Then we're going to flip this over, and we are going to add seal, and then we are going to add this to our Pretty in Pink layer. Oh god, I just love strawberry slush and Pretty in Pink. And we're going to smooth that down, and now we have our mat stack. We're going to flip that over, and we are going to add seal and adhere this to our card base. I've always loved a crumb cake card base. It kind of looks like craft paper. I've always loved that. And then with the Easter basket, I mean, come on, how cute is that? Okay, so before we assemble anything, these are the little eggs I cut out of the DSP, and I just love it because it has that little bit of shine to it. So pretty. I just love this paper. Okay, and you can see it has that weave on the back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our little strips. Now when you cut this, like I said, I gave you 3 pieces of paper. You can cut it 3 times, or you can take your die and you can turn it over, and you can see I still have a balmy blue in there. I missed that one. And you can layer your paper. So you can go like your strip of Pretty in Pink, a strip of Lemon Lolly, and a strip of balmy blue. Just cut them so that they fit, and then just run it through. It's totally up to you if you want them to cut it all 3 times. I gave you the 3 pieces of paper because maybe for other baskets that you want to make cards with. Okay, so let's put this back before I lose it, because you guys know me. I'm going to lose something today, right? Okay, so I am going to start with the balmy blue, and I'm going to start at the bottom. And it's really easy because when you die cut your basket, there's little slits in here to start weaving. And it's super simple. You can just go in and out. You could, you know, whichever way you want. So you just take it and you just feed it through. See? And it goes through super easy. And like I said, you just have to, you know, don't go too far, because then you're not going to be able to get it through the rest of the way. Okay, see, because I'm on video, it's not going to work as slick as I say it does, right? Okay, so then we want to slide it down and go into the next. Just like that. Flip it over. You can always pull it from the back and then poke it through. Okay, so here we have the first one. And we're just going to kind of slide that down, and then we'll trim these off when we're done. And then the next one is the Lemon Lolly. We're just going to weave it through. We're just going to weave it through. Oh boy. Okay. So what do you guys do for Easter? Well, Easter's not till April this year, right? Yeah. My mom has all the holidays, and we go to her house and she has dinner. We have a big dinner, and for sure ham, sometimes ham and turkey. And yeah, she really goes all out on Easter. My Aunt Peggy always brings salads. She brings 2 salads. She brings an ooey gooey, which is like, you know, the Jell-O pudding type fruit desserts that are really good, and then like, you know, a healthy one. Like, you know, like a broccoli salad, or like a lettuce salad, or 7-layer salad. And then for Easter, I get to bring dessert. I don't know what I'm going to bring. Oh, I just tore my basket. I don't know what I'm going to bring this year, but It'll probably be something lemony. That's a good time of year for something lemony. And half the time they turn out. They turn out, Peggy. Just that one time, remember? It all leaked out into your cooler. All the dressing stuff. Oh, what a mess that was. On her pop and everything. Okay, so now we have our 3. And now if you want, you can go and change up how the weave is. So every other. But I think it looks just fine just the way it is like this. Okay, so then I'm going to take my snips. Sometimes they flop. Oh, she makes the best, it's like the orange dreamsicle one, but then she makes it with, she does one where she makes it with strawberries. It's my favorite. And then she makes one that's like a cheesecake type of one, and then it has these like pretzel, brown sugar kind of, that's like having a praline, but it's with pretzels and stuff. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, so there's our basket. We have that. Then we have our grass. And then I'm just going to take and I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put some seal on here to add our grass. Just like that. So I just want my Easter grass. And I just, when I saw this, I knew I had to use Shy Shamrock because it just reminded me of that, you know, plasticky green Easter grass. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. So there we have that. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. And we're just going to put some towards the bottom. And I'm going to go over where those weave strips were so that they stay in place. Then you don't have to worry about taping them down or anything like that. And for the most part, they do stay in place. But just to make, you know, just as an extra something something. Oh, I want that pretzel recipe. Lori, it is so good. And Peggy, isn't it like pretzels and like nuts or something? I don't remember, but it's like a crumble that goes over it. It is so good. And then what, she doesn't put it on till we serve. And then if there's extra, then I get to take those home. Okay, so I'm just curving this just a little bit with my fingers just to kind of give it that more rounded basket look. And then I'm just going to place this in the center of my card. And yes, it will flatten out somewhat, but it's still going to have that little bit of rounded look to it. Okay. Then I'm going to take my piece of lemon lolly and I'm going to, in black, tuxedo black memento ink, I'm going to stamp my sentiment for you. And I am going to put this closer to the edge because I'm going to trim this off. Okay, I have that. I'm going to close this up. Lori, I have the recipe. I will definitely get it to you. Okay, and then I'm going to just take my snips and I'm going to banner cut the end. I'm going to trim this off. And I'm just going to do a banner cut, just like so. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we have that ready. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it like this, and I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to put this over it so I know where I want and where to trim. But before I do that, I am going to take a mini dimensional and I'm going to put that underneath the basket. And it's okay if it shows because you're going to cover it up with the bow. And we're just going to stick that on, peel this off, and peel this off, right? Okay, we're going to stick that down. Then I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to put another dimensional on there. Okay, but I'm not going to stick that on yet. And I'm going to trim this down. I'm just eyeballing. And then we're going to take our, and we're just going to plop it like so. But we want to kind of hide, we don't want it to go through the bow bottom. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to add another mini underneath here so that it stays in place. I'm just going to add that right like that. So now we have our bow. Then I'm going to take my chocolate Easter bunny. So when did you guys get Easter bunnies in your basket? Were they hollow or were they solid? Let's see. Thank you, Peggy. I would have to look at the recipe. Okay, I'll look at it. All right, so we're gonna add, but yeah, ours were solid. Oh yeah, solid all the way. Ours were hollow, and I always was jealous when we got to school because we had, talk about it when you get back to school, and oh, mine was solid, ours were hollow. But what I wouldn't do, I love everything about that, what you remember as kids. And yeah, my brother always got a white one because my brother didn't like chocolate as much growing up, and he always got the white Easter bunny. Okay, so now we're going to take our liquid glue. So I put my chocolate bunny with mini dimensionals right like that. Then we're going to take some liquid glue, put it on the back of our DSP Easter eggs. Now, if you don't want to cut that DSP and you want to save that for another project, by all means, you can stamp and die cut your own Easter eggs. But I just liked how these looked in here. So I'm just going to kind of angle that down. I must have ink or something on my fingers. Then I'm going to take this orange one and put it just like that. And then this is that pinkish colored one. Go just like this, kind of straight. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of my Easter assortment embellishments. These are so cute, you guys. I absolutely love them. Okay. You can see I have used them. Now I'm going to use some of the Lemon Lolly ones, and I'm going to use some of the little gingham checked Easter eggs. So I'm going to put one of the lemon ones down here. Okay. Then I'm going to take two more, and I'm going to go up here. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of these pink little Easter eggs, and I'm just going to kind of put them over the top of the other Easter eggs. It kind of looks like little candies, like little Easter egg candies. I thought that was so cute. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one, tuck it under here, under the grass, if I can. I just want it under the grass. Okay, Alicia, use your brain. And then just kind of tuck it right under there like that. And then we're going to take one more. I just love these little things so much. They're so darn cute. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then we're going to just take one more. Maybe we'll go right here. And then it's up to you. But I did add a couple little blue guys in here for some little pieces of candy. Not to the grass, but to the inside of the Easter basket. That's totally up to you. You're just going to find a place to tuck them in there. Okay, let's see where else. Maybe one in here. All right, so there is card number 1. What do you guys think? Yeah, I like that. I thought that was so cute. Okay. Now, let's move on to our second card. Lori prefers white also. Lori was hollow. Yeah, ours were hollow. It was like those, I'm sure everybody had the same, one or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to put it back in this envelope. These are the things that I did not use. All right, so the next card is our Lemon Lolly card. I just love calling it the Lemon Lolly card. It's just so pretty. Oh, thanks, Kim. Okay, so in your kit, you will receive, now all these stamped images that you're seeing, I used like the stamping print guideline that I put in my PDF, and I, on that sheet, and I stamped them, I colored them, and I die cut them. And you'll see it in the PDF instructions. Okay, so you will receive a piece of Lemon Lolly cardstock that will be cut and scored for you. And I have to put a shout out to my good friend Debbie Jarday. I was doing this yesterday, cutting out class, and I ran out of Lemon Lolly. Can you believe it? I ran out. I thought I had it, but what I had was Daffodil Delight, not Lemon Lolly. So Debbie to the rescue. I called her and she had some, and she gave me a few sheets of cardstock so that we can use Lemon Lolly today. So thank you, Debbie. So I love our stamping community. We're so good to each other. Okay, so there's your card base. You're going to receive another piece of Lemon Lolly, and this will be a mat for your card front, a piece of basic white for the front. Then you're going to receive a piece of Pretty in Pink as a mat. Pretty in Pink cardstock, a piece of DSP. You'll receive a piece of Lemon Lolly to die cut your scallops, and a piece of white for your sentiment. And these are the ones that I have already done ahead of time, save time. Okay, so I'm going to first take my card base and I am going to fold and burnish my card base. Then, I knew I'd forget something. So I did not mount my stamp. I am going to take that small Easter bunny, that like chocolate that I called the chocolate Easter bunny, and we are going to stamp that as a background design on our Lemon Lolly mat. Okay, I just did not mount that stamp because I'd done them ahead and die cut, and I didn't I forgot that we were doing this. Okay, so I'm just gonna mount my Easter bunny on my block. I'm gonna burnish this one more time if I didn't do it so that it lays flat. Okay, and I'm also going to stamp in Lemon Lolly, so it's color on color. If you want it to be a little bit darker, you could use Daffodil Delight. I just like the soft, just like it was like a little hint, like when you're looking at the card, you're like, oh, it doesn't like pop out. What you want to do is you want to make a random design, and you can go all in the same, or you can kind of turn your stamp. And now you don't have to do in the center if you don't want to, because we're going to cover that up. But if it's easier, just cover the whole thing. Heck, it's fun to stamp, right? Okay, so I'm going to start up in this corner here. I'm going to just take my Easter bunny, and I'm just following my card sample, and I'm just kind of randomly. And now easy way when you're doing something like this is to make a triangle, because then you're going to, it's not going to look so, it's going to look sporadic. It's going to look like a background. Okay, and then we're going to take our bunny, we're going to go this way, then we're going to go this way, and then this way. There's another triangle. Then I'm going to kind of go, maybe we should have him go this way, and then upside down. There's another triangle. And then we're going to go like that. And then like this. There's another triangle. When you go like this in the corner, that's a triangle. See, it just makes it a little bit easier if you ever struggle with where you should, when you're making your own background. One there. And I think we'll maybe have him go this way. Like I said, you don't need to go in the middle, but if it's easier for you, it's easier for me. I just go all the way around. Okay, let's go maybe some ears there, and maybe a sideways bunny this way. So there's our background. So we made our own paper, our own DSP, right? Okay, so I'm going to put this away. Then I'm going to flip this. I'm just going to rub my hand across this, make sure I don't have any ink on it because I forgot to bring out my scrap paper. We're just going to add some seal on this. And then we're going to put that right on our card base. Okay, so what are your guys' feeling on yellow? I like yellow. Paul's favorite color is yellow. I like it. I love yellow, but I have a hard time using it. I don't know why, but it's just like, to me, stuff doesn't look right. But with this Easter and with these colors, oh my gosh, you guys, I fell in love with Lemon Lolly all over again. Okay, so what is your favorite? My favorite color, I can't wear it. Yeah, yellow's a hard color to wear. I can wear it because I have darker hair, so, but yeah, Peggy, okay, I had to go take a picture of the recipe. It's strawberry dessert salad with homemade toffee. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Oh, it is so good, you guys. It's hands down the best. Okay, so we're gonna take our pink, what is this? Pretty in Pink cardstock. And now if you want, you can layer this, you know, somewhat straight. I'm going to put this little kitty wampus, so I'm going to add a slight angle, you know, this way to the left, put that down. Then I'm going to flip my piece of DSP over with my Easter eggs. And then we're going to take this and we are going to go the opposite direction at slight angle. And so your DSP is a little bit smaller than this because I want it to see all of these corners. I really like that. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our sweet, cute little Easter bunny and our little chickie that I colored in Lemon Lolly, and then our Easter egg that I stamped and colored. And we are going to add some dimensionals to these guys. I just love this little chickie. Okay. And we got some bunny action here. And I don't think I'm going to need my minis on this one because I'm just going to use one on each for my... So I used 2 on the bunny. You could add small ones on the ears if you'd like. Okay. We're just going to peel these backings off of here. All right. Thank you, Peggy. Okay, so I'm going to take my bunny and we're going to, with dimensionals, we're going to go towards the bottom, and I'm just going to, I want that pink to still show, but I still want him at the bottom. You know, you can see how that pink kind of peeks through. Then I'm going to take my little chickie. I'm just going to put these guys all in a line. I thought it was so cute. You know, and then down to the little egg. And then I just colored my Easter egg with the coordinating colors. I used Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue. And I did Peach Pie for his little beak on the chick, and I used Pretty in Pink on the bunny, and then a little bit of light Smoky Slate. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to stamp our sentiment in Shy Shamrock. Peggy, I even reminded you. You probably didn't see my text when I sent it to you to look at it, and you were already ordering, I bet. Okay, so here we have our Happy Easter sentiment, okay? And now this piece, I am going to go right in the middle of my sentiment, okay? Then I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add some seal to it. No, it's not back in stock, Lori. It's out. And I'm going to add some seal to the bottom of my sentiment so that we can add our Lemon Lolly you're going to cut 2 of these, okay? And I'm going to use my silicone sheet so that nothing gets, you know, stuck down. And then I'm just going to line this up at the end of my sentiment, and I am going to line it up so it's not all, you know, just above where the little dips are there. Okay, then I'm going to take my other one and I'm just going to line this up. You guys can see this. I'm not overlapping them, but I'm getting them as close as possible so it looks like one continuous piece. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to flip this over and you're going to trim this off. Okay, you can tell I'm left-handed here. Okay, we're just going to trim that right off. Okay, and I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. Let's use the big guys. Oh, she did talk about that. She was ordering something else, but she was going to get the paper and she forgot to get this paper. So, but no, I couldn't order the suite, but I did the bundled and the paper with the ribbon. Oh, yeah, Peggy bought, can I say, Peggy, what you got? I don't think you'll mind. The sweet bugs came in stock today from my last week's class. And so I quick texted her and said, the sweet bugs are in. Okay, so you're going to take your sentiment and you are going to, I'm going to go not all the way to the top, but I'm going to kind of go about like so. And this will match up with your layer, so it's 4 inches across. Okay, and then you have that. And then we're going to grab our little Easter assortment. And I'm going to put an egg on each end. Yeah, I was so glad when I saw that, so that I knew that, you know, if Peggy still wanted it, she could get it. And of course then to, you know, the Easter bundles out. So hopefully then by the, you know, it's supposed to be in by March 2nd. I know my class ends on the 1st, but if there is somebody that really wants it and they want to wait, I'm pretty sure that I could make adjustments. Okay, so we put the little pretty and pink gingham egg on each side, and then I'm going to use these balmy blue ones, and I'm going to put 2 at the top right here, and then I'm going to take another one and I'm just going to go down, and he's going to go not on the pretty and pink but on the lemon lolly. I just think this is so cute and it comes together so quickly. It's just such a sweet card, and I just love that paper. Oh, I love that paper. Okay, so there's card number 2, you guys. Lori, that's what I meant, but my phone changed bug to big. Gotta love autocorrect, right? Okay, so now we're going to go on to card number 3. And this is the other side of that shinier paper, but isn't that pretty? So I know they would consider this the B side of the DSP, but it's okay. You're an A in my book, right? You're number 1. I love it. I love this one so much. Okay, so in your card kit, you will receive a Shy Shamrock card base that is cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of this Shy Shamrock DSP. It has daffodils and flowers and tulips and Easter eggs on it. It's so cute. And you'll receive 2 pieces of that other paper in the suite, a piece of the striped Shy Shamrock and a piece of this pink right here. That pink is so pretty, you guys. It has like that holographic kind of coloring to it. It's so cool. You'll receive a piece of white to die cut. How about to stamp your sentiment? And a piece of basic white for your inside of your card. And then again, these pieces right here, that is from your stamping guideline from the first page of your instructions. Okay, so we're going to take our card base and we're going to fold and burnish. Yeah, sometimes Peggy's text, we just chuckle because it's like, I'll reply back like, what? With a question mark, like, huh? Yeah, it's just, we just crack up. Okay, so we're going to take our piece of DSP. This is the other side of this, which is also very, very cute. I don't think I used this in any of my cards, but boy, I should have. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to add some seal to the back of this, and we are going to put this on our Shy Shamrock card base, and we're going to leave even margins all the way around. Okay, and this is just your basic 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, then I'm going to take my pieces of pattern paper, okay, and I am going to, on the right side of your paper, I'm going to banner cut. You don't need to go super deep, it's up to you, however length you want. And I'm just going cutting, and then I flip it over. As you can see, this is that specialty paper, so there's no other side on this one. And then I'm going to go from the corner up until where I snipped. There's our first one. And then I'm going to do the same thing, except for I want this one to be shorter than this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut some of this off. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go in the center. I never measure, I just eyeball it. I go from corner up until the point where you cut, and then I flip it over and I do the same thing. Okay. And there I have. And then when I'm trimming out, I usually trim on the side that I'm banner cutting, so that if it's crooked, you can't tell. Okay, and we are going to put these on our card with dimensionals. So I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to grab my big guys, and I'm just going to do 3 on each. Okay, just like this. Okay. So I found a place, you guys, so I'm not losing my dimensionals during all of my things. I have a little basket now that's just for dimensionals, and they have to go in there while I'm doing my lives, or I lose them, right? Okay, so I'm taking that floral pattern, and I'm just kind of the center-ish of the card. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to make it, it's going to be even here, but not like, you know, but I'm going to just go like this. And just like that. And make it straight. I have the hardest time making stuff straight. So it's going to be even on this side, but it's going to be, you know, because you cut that shorter. Okay, then I'm going to take my bunny, and I want, well, first, you know what I'm going to do? First, I'm going to add some seal on here where my sentiment's going to go. Or not my, yeah, my sentiment, but also your ribbon. And by the way, if there's ribbon on your card, that will also be in your kit. Okay, so we're just going to cut some of this super cute ribbon. I just love it. I'm going to cut probably, I don't know, about 12 inches. I'm sure it's too much, but I am from the, you know, unless you're like doing something you're going to run out, then, you know, be careful. But I like to have more than less, you guys. Okay, so we're going to put this on first. And we're just making a faux bow. And I'm going to press down, and we're going to just make it look like, press it down, Alicia. And like so. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take my bunny. Well, actually, let's finish with our sentiment. We're going to stamp the Happy Easter in Shy Shamrock like we did on the last card. And now you can use whatever sentiment you'd like. There's a spring sentiment in here, a hello spring, Happy Easter, Easter's on its way, and for you. Or anything that you have from your set, or Happy Easter. This could be any, type of springy card, I think. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it towards the left side of my sentiment label. Like so. Oh, I just love this font, you guys. I love the chunky letters. Okay, so I'm going to shut that up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm not attaching it, but I want to see where I want my banner to be. Okay, I'm going to trim some of this off. And then I'm just going to, a little bit more. We're going to make a banner end. I'm all about the banner ends today in this card. Do you guys do that when you're like creating? It's like, oh, I want banners, and then before you know it, you're doing everything with the banners. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so we're going to put this just like so. Okay, but we're going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to take my dimensionals, and we're going to make sure that we don't have any in the middle, because we don't want that bump from the ribbon, and we want our sentiment to just go over the ribbon. Otherwise you're going to get a little bumpy bump. Okay, we're going to peel this off. Okay, and we're going to go like this so that we just get a little bit of a difference here. Okay, so now we're going to add our sweet little bunny and our sweet little flowers. Now the flowers I colored in Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, and Balmy Blue. The centers are Lemon Lolly. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dimensionals on my bunny, but I'm only going to put the dimensionals at the top. And we are going to put minis on his ears. Oh, I just love this bunny with his little floppy ear. The ear that's turned and flopped down. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, God. It doesn't take much to please me. Okay, it's going to look like he's kind of standing or on the sentiment. Not all the way to the end, but close. Okay, it's like he's like standing there like, oh, here's your spring flowers. And then we're going to take and we're going to put, let's use some minis on this one. And we're just going to put some on where you can see the 3 flowers are. We're going to kind of tuck that under a little bit if we can. Okay, I'm going to peel these off. And then this is going to go up here, tucked under, like they're kind of growing out of the paper. Okay, yes, I do talk to my little cards when I'm making them and make up little stories. Okay, and we're just going to angle cut our bow to trim it off. Let's see. Gotta love being left-handed, I tell you. Okay, so there we have that. And now I'm just going to use the Easter eggs on this card. They really pop really nice with the Shy Shamrock. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put one over here. And I'm going to put another one right here, kind of one angled and one kind of straight. And then I'm going to put one right here. All right, so there's card number 3. Oh, thanks, Kim. Thank you. All right, so that is our 3rd card. And now for card number 4 is this sweet one with our little bunnies peeking out. And I love the daffodils. Oh, you know, too, I believe, let's take this other card here. I did add Wink Stella to these flowers in my sample. So let's add a little wink on there. That really makes them shine. Yeah. I always forget. Like, I do it when I first design my card, but then when I go to do the class, I always forget to add the Wink of Stella. Okay, so this right here is card number 4. Okay. And this is what, you won't have this. This is my stuff. But I put it in there so I don't lose it. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so you will receive a balmy blue card base that is cut and scored for you. You will receive a piece of basic white for the front mat, a piece of basic white for the inside. You'll receive a balmy blue that has been die cut for you. This is from that Beautifully Celebrated. These dies, you guys, I feel this is one of those die sets where even if you don't want the stamp set, you should definitely get these dies. They're awesome. So you have this one, and then you have one that's been cut out for you out of basic white for your layer. Then you're going to have 2 pieces. Oh, they're stuck together. You're going to have for your front, you're going to have this one cut for you and this one. This is that other pattern paper that goes in the suite. That will be for your card front. Then you're going to receive I'm going to just include a larger piece of the Shy Shamrock to cut your flowers and your grass. I probably didn't have to include as much, but if you wanted to add more flowers or grass to another card, you certainly can. And you'll receive a piece of Lemon Lolly and Peach Pie for your daffodil. Now, if you do a tip that, if you'd like, you could cut all of your die cuts in white and use your blends to color everything in. That is another great way if you don't have, like, well, obviously if you get this card kit, you'll have these pieces, but if you don't have the colors, and you have the blends, then you can use them. Okay, so here's my stamped and die cut pieces. And you'll also have ribbon, because we do have some ribbon that goes across the seam of our card. Okay, so we are going to fold and burnish our card base, and I'm going to take a sip of coffee, you guys. I'm going to flip it over because it's just not laying as flat as I would like. Okay, we're going to take our piece of basic white. Now, I am not going to put anything on my card base yet, okay? Because I want to wrap some ribbon around it. But first I want to put my DSP on there. Now another tip too is instead of just cutting, because like this is 5 1/4 by 4. Instead of cutting this piece at 5 3 3/4 and covering it the whole thing and then putting that over the top, I just cut 2 pieces so that you're saving on your pretty paper. Okay, so we're going to add some seal to the back, and this too, this design that's on the back here, this gingham plaid is so pretty. This would be really cute on baby cards, this right here, especially when like a boy. Oh, all right. And now we want, you know, it going up because I almost put it on upside down, and we're just going to make even margins. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with that Shy Shamrock stripe, and we're going to line it up so that we have the same at the bottom as the top, and it is going to overlap slightly, not much though. Then we're take your piece of ribbon, and you'll have a piece that's, I don't know, about 4 3/4, I suppose. And then we are going to turn this over, and I'm going to add seal on each end. If you'd like, you could just tape it down with Scotch tape, or like your tear and tape, just leave the backing on it because it's double-sided. And this, for me, I'm a lazy stamper, so it's right there, and I'm going to use my seal. And you want to make sure that it's covering up your, so just like this. Just gives it that little extra, and then it does hide that line there. Okay, so now we can add this to our card front. And I'm just going to, I just hold the ribbon down where it's not stuck down, and I just run a whole nother piece of seal, and it goes right over the top so that it sticks down there. Okay, we're going to put this on our card front like so. Okay. I'm just going to rub that down because I'm satisfied with how that's on there. Then I'm going to take my Tuxedo Black ink, and I am going to, this one's going to say Easter's on its way. And I'm going to put this on that die cut, the basic white, and I am going to put that up at the top. Okay. I'll set that there. All right, we're gonna take, well, yeah, let's take this, flip that over. Lots of dimensionals today, lots of dimensionals. And we're gonna add 5 to this one because I want some in the middle so it doesn't sag. But I also want to be conscious of right like here and here not having any dimensionals, because I want to stick my bunnies under here like they're peeking out, like saying, come on you guys, Easter's coming, Easter's on its way. So that's why I did, you know, kind of like the corners. You can have corners on this. I'm going to put it on the piece of Balmy Blue. Then I'm going to turn this one over, and this one I'm also going to add dimensionals to. I'm not going to put any in the center because of the ribbon that's on our card front. So I'm just going to go like that, and yeah, that's it. And again, it will be fine. And now I'm going to go as far to the right as looks good, if that makes any sense. I still want to see a little bit of that ribbon peeking out, but I want space for my bunnies. So I have 2 bunnies. I did one of each, and then the one with that floppy ear, I colored him in Smoky Slate. Okay, and I did curl up their ears just a little bit, just to kind of make it fun. Like his ears like sticking up there. And I did the same with this guy here. We're just going to curl their ears a little bit. All right, now I'm going to tuck him under here to see, because I like his little puffy white tail sticking out, but you also have to be conscious that that ears, and see, the ear is on the card. It won't be sticking off. I want him to stay there because I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm just going to slip it underneath there, because that is where I want this guy, and I don't want him to move. Like I said, I just lay that ear down to make sure that it's at the right spot, and I'm just going to tuck that under. You can always add more later. And he did kind of move anyway. Alright, so now we have him in place. Now we're going to take the little white bunny, and I did use Petal Pink for his ears. And I want him to go like he's sticking out, but I don't want him sticking out like at the bottom here. I just want it kind of like that. And again, you want to make sure that the ears will go inside your envelope. So do you guys like daffodils? I love daffodils. But for Valentine's Day, Paul bought me a grow garden from Bachman's. It's like the bulbs and that are, you know, they force them. So yeah, and right now Oh, see, he's not sticking the way I like him. Let's try that again. Yes, love them. And, oh, that's stuck down pretty good. That's alright. He's still peeking out, right? And his ears still fit. No, that's gonna bug me. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna peel that up. I'm gonna stick him in here more. Kind of more like he's straight out. There we go. Good bunny. I'm gonna stick another dimensional under him. But anyway, my it's mini daffodils are in bloom on it, and oh, it looks so pretty. Yes, yes, and tulips. There's some tulips that are coming in on it. They're not in bloom yet, but you can see the little bulb head. And there's some, I don't know what they're called. There's a bunch of things that are going to start to bloom here pretty soon, but oh, those little mini daffodils are so darn cute. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Here's all my die cut pieces. Okay, so here's I have 2 pieces of grass, okay, because I want like a double layer. I think Bachman's is or just had their spring flower walkthrough. You know, I think you're right, Peggy. I think I heard that. And I want this double layered, but I want to make sure I want a little bit of white poking up. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take our stems and we're going to flip them over. They have such cute little stitching in the, I don't know if you guys can see this, in the leaves. And get it in focus here. They're like little dots. Oh, so cute. Okay, I'm gonna add some liquid glue to these. I'm gonna bring out my mat here, put them on here so I don't make a mess. And I'm just gonna run some glue on these. What color daffodils? White and yellow or yellow and yellow? They're yellow and yellow. So they're like yellow and then the dark yellow in the center. Yeah, it's so cute. I love my grow gardens. My amaryllis this year, speaking of bulbs, it bloomed twice. I got 2 sets. So the first one just died off and the second one is in bloom now, and my other amaryllis that I wintered over is also going to bloom soon. Okay, so I have not attached my grass yet, but I want to, well, let's see here. Maybe I should attach my grass. Yeah, let's attach it. What the heck? We'll figure it out, right? Okay. Let's get some liquid glue here. I'm just going to put it in the center, bottom. So if we wanted to, we could trim it off. And I'm going to go like, see where these little pokey things are here? I'm going to line it up just above those little pokies. Okay. Now we're going to take our little leaves, stems. And I'm going to put the one on the left over the top. The one in the middle, I'm going to kind of hide under these. That's why I only put the glue towards the bottom of the grass, so I can kind of flip these up. And this guy can kind of go underneath, like so. And I want this leaf go over this leaf. However you would like to do it. It's your card. Make it the way you'd like it. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to go over the top. And I'm going to just go like that. Push my little grass pieces back down if you want, or leave them poking up so it looks like the grass is growing. Then I'm going to take my pieces of my daffodils here. Got my lemon lolly and my peach pie. Now you could do like two-toned cardstock to get the lighter and the darker, or you could do lemon lolly and daffodil delight. But I just really liked the I should be putting the glue on daffodil. That's a lot easier. Okay. And now we are going to, I have glue on my fingers, can you tell? We're going to add our little bulb center flower thingy majobbers. Okay, Lori. I got my in-laws in Amaryllis and they enjoyed it so much. It was a bulb in wax from Trader Joe's, super cheap. Yeah, I haven't done the wax ones yet, but I always get my mom one. And they are like, at Menards, they're like $6 or $5 or something. And they're just so much fun. And I thought, you know, I've been getting these for my mom since I was probably in high school. And I remember I used to get them at Target. And I thought, why am I not having these? It's just, oh, they're so beautiful. There's so many colors, but I'm still a traditionalist. I love the red ones so much. Okay, and I did from, I think it was I learned from Bobby Jensen from Girl with Care on how to winter them over. And I have had a little success and no success. So, okay, I'm going to just put one mini dimensional on the back of these guys. It's like this. Okay. And we are going to kind of angle them a little bit. Red. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. I want to find an Easter cactus. Well, mine might, I don't know, mine might be an Easter one because it blooms at, you know, Easter time. But I know that you look by, and Laura, you probably know this because you worked in a floral department, but I know it's like the way the leaves are, like the way the leaf is at the end, it determines which type of cactus it is. Okay, and then we're going to do this here. Then I'm going to take my other piece of grass and I'm going to put some mini dimensionals. I'm just going to do like one here. And you can see I have glue on my finger. And we're going to do one right about here. And we're going to peel these backings off. And I'm just going to put this so that it, see how I have these stems sticking out right here? I'm going to cover those up. And this way it looks like we've got double grass. And now I did not, oh, I got a dimensional backing stuck in there. I did not trim mine off, but if you would like to trim it off, you're more than welcome to trim that off. Now I'm going to take my Easter assortment and let's see, I want to add some of my Easter eggs to my card here. These little cute, can you tell I like these? And I want to put them in the grass here. I'm going to put one kind of going to the left angled, one to the right at an angle, and then I'm going to put another one right here, kind of straightish. But then I'm also going to put these blue guys on here, these balmy blue little dots. I like these. I'm going to put one here. Just kind of, whoops. Ah, maybe not. One there. One here. And one right there. Then I'm going to take some of my Wink of Stella. I'm going to remember this time. And I'm going to add some Wink. And I am going to add the Wink to the daffodils. The orange part, or the peach pie. I'm going to go over the dots that die cut out. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the centers of the leaves. Just gives it a little extra. You can add your little Wink if you want to his little nose and the pinks of his ears, the pinks of his cheek. It just kind of makes them stand out a little bit. And there's card number 4. So let's pull all these cards out. Actually, I've never paid attention to the difference. Yeah, I guess there is a difference, but we always just call them Christmas cactuses. But my mom's blooms at almost all the seasons. Hers is gorgeous. I ordered the eggs, just forgot the Easter paper. Oh, thanks, Kim. Okay, so here are the cards we made today, you guys. Oh, I'm missing one. Here are our cards. What do you guys think? All ready for Easter, right? So this is our Easter class to go. When you place an order of $50 or more in my online store, you will receive these card kits for free as a thank you gift from me. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. And if you're watching this on replay, leave a comment because I'll see it and we'll chat right along, whether you watched it now live or when you're watching the replay. So as again, thanks for joining me. Next week, Thursday, same place, same time. Hope to see you there. Oh, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can message me, you can email me, whichever way you prefer. So talk to you later. Bye.